It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon and welcome to February 12th, 2025. We have the full crew back here today, which is a blessing. We got my man in Tennessee, Torian, and we got Mr. Chevy back in the house with us live here. So we hopefully you share this content, but before we get to that, we're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesale and real estate and what's around that. We'll talk about more if you want. If we know it, we'll be glad to share it. Today's topic: can you wholesale commercial real estate? Just a simple topic addressed here and there. So we'll dive a little deeper into that today. And make sure you, if you will, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're here. Don't ask for much. Like it, share it. Follow us in all the other places on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, everywhere. So hopefully it's great weather where you are. It's raining here. If not, the main thing is that you're here. So how's it going, fellas?
Great.
Doing amazing, man. Incredible, man. Incredible.
Okay. All right.
I came up out the hospital and I looked and I was like, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. I was in that fog. It was crazy. You didn't see no outside, just some walls. I'm like, man.
That's what Ty and I was saying Monday. You know, health is wealth, man. You know.
Yeah. I mean, they was like, yo, you're fully healthy. We don't even know what's going on with you.
All right.
You're healthy. Like, why are you here? It was crazy, bro. Crazy.
All right, great. Yeah, it can boil down to real simple. We make it more complicated with the things you may want to do and accomplish and all that stuff, and you got to live, I guess. But at the end of the day, it still just boils down to health. The people you care about, health. Everything else is a bonus.
Everything else is a bonus, man. Yeah, so, everything else is a bonus. For sure.
Yeah.
So my wife was with me for like 3 days. It's on that couch, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
I'm coming in the clutch. I'm telling you. Hey, my wife is the same way. Like, you remember those moments? You know what I'm saying?
On that couch,
bro.
I'm like, that is crazy. So yeah, but yeah, man.
Well, good to have you back. Good to have you back.
Yeah, for sure. So, can you wholesale commercial real estate? That's the topic.
Yeah, that's the topic. We'll dive into it. It's
Gary Rawls, Gemini Way saying, welcome back, Chevy. I don't know where it's 14 degrees right now. I don't know where Gemini Ways is, to be honest. But she'll tell us. I'm sure she'll tell us.
Jamie, I think Jamie is in she's in Indy.
Indianapolis? Okay. I can see it. I can see it being 14. Gary Rawls. So I know how you feel about contracting title companies until after having a deal. What are your thoughts on lawyers? Would you recommend the same?
Well, yeah. What's the purpose of the attorney for you? If it's to close a real estate deal, then yeah, you just wait on that part. I don't like to use the word easy and explaining pretty much none of this, but that's the easy part, getting the deal closed if you got a seller and buyer in place. Now, if you're contacting a lawyer to network in the sense of maybe probate or something like that, then yeah, maybe so. But if it's about closing a piece of real estate, there's no need to I ain't gonna say no need, but that's the hard part is finding that deal. Find a deal, buyer come a little easier, closing the deal will be even easier normally if it's a great deal. Work on the hard part.
Let's see here. Somebody else on Twitch. Chuck, welcome back. Chuck said, "What's up, fellas?" QSL Naturals, welcome back. Good morning. This is Sophia from Richmond, Texas.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Sophia.
She probably has about the same weather we have right now. I mean, it's cold and rainy right now. You know, cold for us. It's not 14 degrees, but
no. It'll be iced over out here. Right?
All right, Phil W. Chevy, I'm trying to get my wife involved in real estate. Sometimes a woman can get these things done because of their smooth, trusting voice. What role does your wife do in your business?
My wife is the visionary and I'm the executor. So I execute and she visualizes things. So she lays things out. She plans everything and I execute on all the plans that she put in front of me. So she's the coach, I'm the player. It works beautiful.
Team makes the dream work. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Somebody on Instagram, well, not somebody, Cyber Fit Vet is asking, if we find a commercial deal, can we partner with you to find a buyer?
I mean, yeah, I think Flip always saying a lot of times it just depends on what kind of deal it is. You're on mute. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it. That's gonna be asked 1,000 times before we get to it. You know, we'll get to it. So we'll get to it. Stick around.
Double A, yeah. I think they mean welcome back to the game, Chevy. So it was only one day.
Dude, I was in the hospital working, bro. It was looking at. I
was just thinking about that before we started. I bet that joke was in there working. I was just thinking that. I swear I was.
Instead of just relaxing.
I put a deal together while I was in the hospital. Had my team go and secure the property. Right now, I'm just waiting for offers on it right now. But yeah, we had it locked up. And within here's the thing about deals, man. If it's a deal, a buyer will let you know if you have a deal or not, man. That's based on the numbers, right? And for you to put together a killer deal, you have to understand that from the perspective of a buyer, is there meat on the bone? They don't care what type of money that you're making. It's all about whether or not there's meat on the bone. So an example is, if let's just say a deal is 200, the house is worth 200,000 and it needs 50,000 worth of repairs, and you putting it out there for 150,000. That's not a deal. Now let's just say you get it on a contract for say 75,000 and it only needs $50,000 worth of repairs, right? And now you're putting it out there for 85,000. That makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference than you putting it out there for 150,000. Now, even if you put it out there for 100,000, that's still a huge difference, because now there's $100,000 spread on there. So you have to understand that you have to create meat on the bone for an investor to see the value in doing business with you. So
I think what people get tripped up on is how much meat is on the bone. So for somebody that really maybe don't understand just in return on your investment, like we'll just use 200,000. They asking 200,000, and you can get them go down to the 185. That's $15,000. So, but they don't understand what goes into that on how the money is going to be made. So now we're talking about a cash buyer now, a cash buyer. So okay, we'll walk through. Okay, so if they bought it, well, so that's a $15,000 spread, but he can only sell it for 200. Let's assume no repair. Let's just assume no repair. All right. So the first time you buy it, the seller gets their 185. You as the wholesaler, how much you gonna make on that deal? what y'all think? Just what would people be expecting? $5,000?
Yeah.
So he's at 190 now. Closing costs on that, we'll say $2,000, right? So
Yeah.
he's at
192.
He's at 192. All right. Then normally they're going to use a real estate agent to put it back on the market. Normally, puts it on the market at 200,000. 6% on 200,000 is $12,000. So now we subtract that 190. Oh, wait a minute. So now we subtract. Well, shit, that'll leave 8. Let me see. So he got it at 192.8. At least
The deal
You over now.
He has to go lose.
You losing money. Yeah.
Yeah, he has to
The
go
deal
lose yeah, he has to go lose for $4,000. If my math is correct, I might not be thinking right. He's gonna lose $4,000 because he got 8. Yeah, he's gonna lose $4,000. He got to pay the agent $4,000 on top of the 8 left that he got.
Yeah.
Oh, and still got $2 more in closing costs at least. So he's gonna lose about $6,000 because he got to pay closing costs again, or at least a portion of it. We'll say 1,000. So he's gonna lose $5,000 on that deal. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All right, now how does it work in the real world? Let's say the ARV is 200,000. A rule of thumb that you can look at is that they'll make more sometimes, at least 20% on their money, probably more like 30% on their money.
30%, yeah, 30%.
Yeah. So you take that 30 times that 200,000, that's 60,000 they want to make right there. Now that may still include some cost or whatever, but we're just going to use 60. Mm-hmm. So we're already at down to 140 on that. Don't let it need any repairs, right? It needs 40 repairs. We're at 100, right? You want to make $5,000. If you don't want to just make $5,000, now we're at 95. Hopefully that made a little more sense. So a lot of people don't understand meat on the bone. A lot of meat, like it ain't been touched. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Because the meat got to be left for the oops that could happen. The meat's got to be left for the unknowns. Like there's so many different things that goes into it. So that same, even if let's just say we're now dealing with that buy and hold investor, right? Let's not even worry about a flipper, but a buy and hold investor. Now it's a $200,000 house, right? A lot of times when it comes to a buy and hold investor, they don't want to use their own cash to buy a property. They want to go to the bank and buy a property. So they're going to use the bank's money to buy a property. So typically what a bank is going to do is they're going to want them to have at least 10, 15, 20% to put down. So on that $200,000 house, a buy and hold investor is looking, how can I maximize to put down the least amount of money when it comes to closing out this deal? So if we're talking about 20% on 200,000, what's that? 40,000?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you as a wholesaler, you have to say, how do I make this so attractive to where this buy and hold investor understand that they could get this property? So that $200,000 house for a buy and hold investor, you would at least need to get it around 140, 150,000. Because it's a turnkey property. So now there's equity there. So, but you have to understand that 200,000 is still going to be more of a turnoff for a buy and hold investor, because they're looking at how do they maximize on getting the least amount of money, especially if it's on market. Now, if it's not on market, that's a different story, because on market now everybody's looking at the deal. If it's not on market now, this is different, because now you can finesse and you could create it to where it looks more attractive. If it's on market and you're like, hey, they got a list for 200,000, but I'm gonna bring it to you and it's 180,000. Nah. There's gotta be equity there. There's gotta be spread there for the buy and hold investor to be like, okay, this makes sense. So these are the different things that you guys got to understand when it comes to doing deals, especially when you're going after on-market properties. That's why we talk about the KISS method and why it's so crucial to follow the numbers, and the numbers are the numbers. So on a $200,000 house, we wanted at half, $100,000.
Yeah. So, like I said, that's what the KISS method does. You know, at least you open up that conversation where they're open to it.
Yeah.
Even if they're close to what that is, you might be able to have a conversation, you know, with that person.
Absolutely, man. It just makes it more attractive. Like
Mhm.
we like I have these sellers. They were like, hey, we want they're in the area. Properties are selling for 180,000. I'm like, okay, looking at the numbers, ARV is around 250, 270. I was like, okay, that's not bad. I'm like, what do you guys want? They're like, oh, we want 180,000. I start scratching my head. I'm like, that ain't even gonna work. So now we start at the 90,000. I'm like, we needed half of that. So we had 90,000. So that's a $90,000 discount that I'm asking for when it comes to talking to a seller, right? What's going to factor in now is, hey, what kind of condition is the property in? What all repairs, what all rehab do it need? So now the conversation goes differently when I'm telling the seller, like, hey, I know you want 180,000, but here are the numbers. We have to be at 90,000 because it's going to need at least 60, 70,000 to get a rehab, and we probably we'll probably sell it at 220. So I'm making the numbers make sense, and that just goes into negotiating with more time that you spend with a seller, and more deals that you do as well, though. So yeah,
And also, I just thought about that when you was talking about it. That sometimes when you're asked for that, you have to let that person know that includes the payoff for the house. You know, because some people are like, "Oh, I'll take that," but they are assuming that you're including paying
on
that house.
top, yeah, on top, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it has to include all of that. So
Oh, I was so excited about a house one time and went and looked at it. She was a hoarder also. And like she had like little pathways that go through the house.
oh Lord, it's terrible.
Anyway, she gave me, I don't remember the number, it's been a minute. But we'll just say the house worth 200. She gave me a price of like 55, right? The
Okay.
house was in really good condition or
Mhm.
whatever, but it was just a lot of stuff was gonna have to be removed. And she wanted like 55. So, I was all over that. But I'm like, I
Yeah,
took
what's up?
in on this. And so, so I think when I sent I don't know how it came out. We didn't get as far as running title and all that stuff. I don't remember, but somehow it came out. No, you know what? We did run the title. We ran the title, and it came back that she owed like 120 something. And I said that must not be right. You know what I'm saying? She might have been paid off. So well, just get her, show, pay off, blah
Well,
blah
she
blah.
paid it off. Paid it off.
And I was like, so I hit her back, say, we just ran the title, Miss whatever her name was, and she was like, I said, it came back that there's a mortgage still here, but I know you said you want to sell it for 55. I'm assuming that you paid off. You have to pay off, and when you paid it off, she said, no, it ain't paid off. I mean, I want 55.
On top of
Yeah.
like, no.
That's how that work. You got to say, I want 175.
That's
That's what you want. I don't want 55. I want 175.
Those you should be
Like,
asking. But a lot of people, I just feel like they don't understand that. They just
that
more,
ain't that often. That's not that. I've had experience that much. I haven't, me personally, I haven't experienced that much.
Okay,
Now, I'm thinking on one hand how many times I've experienced that. That was just stuck out because of what I thought I was going to get down with.
You knew that was a deal.
Hey, oh boy, I had 3 jokers. Don't show it to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say jokers, buyers. Don't show it to nobody else. Like, hey, it was out of here.
Yeah.
Man, one of the things that you did, and this is for that guy or girl that's dealing with a seller. You gotta ask the question, hey, aside from the bank, what is it that you want to walk away with when it comes to this house? So this way the seller understands exactly what's going on. Because now if they owe 100,000, right? and they say, well, I want at least 30, 40,000 in my pocket. We know they want 140,000. So there's no mystery there. But you have to make sure you're asking the right questions when it comes to dealing with sellers. Because sellers will lie to you 100%. Like I've had you ever had those succession deals, those probate deals where you just thinking there's one or two people involved, but then there's like 10, 15 people. You like, what the hell? Y'all didn't even say nothing to me about this?
Well, I told the story last week. We was at the
Oh yeah. The 15 people. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not that. That closed. I'm talking about the sisters and the mom and the sister.
Oh yeah.
They had 3 brothers. Oh, well,
Yeah, talking about we don't even
Oh
talk to them.
yeah, I remember that story.
we don't even know where they at. You know what I'm saying?
I don't talk to them. We don't talk to them. Come on now. I guess Shazam has a question. Like you said, people are gonna be asking about this commercial thing. I really want no. I'll take that back because before him, Soul Soldier asked, can you target land for commercial real estate? But you'll talk about that, I guess, when okay. We'll address that. Well, I'll try to remember it. Don't let me forget Soul Soldier when we get to that part.
Yeah.
And I think Shazam wants to know about. He says he wants to really focus on commercial hotels and apartments. Then we have Josh Wiser. My fault. I'm dealing with it. Okay, everybody's gonna ask about this commercial. I'm dealing with a couple commercial properties that are vacant. Buyers are asking about cap rates, but that depends on the strategies. What do I tell them? So you have to understand cap rates. I know.
Well, yeah, I can answer that. Go ahead and answer that. So, well, number one, you have to identify what type of property it is, and is it even currently rented or leased? Start there. So, when they're referring to a capitalization rate or / cap rate, they're trying to determine the NOI divided by the price. That gives you a capitalization right. It's a simple way of just measuring what the return will be over the course of a year normally, right? And so in order to accomplish the net operating income, which is the NOI, you need to know the gross monthly income, which turns into annual income, minus the expenses. That gives you your net operating income. And then whatever the price is that you're asking, you divide that into to get the cap rate. But that's why they want to know that, because depending on what type of property it is, a particular area in a market will have like a retail or full price, I guess you would say, cap rate. The best way I can explain it, as far as I understand it. Right?
So is the cap rate the same number that a buyer that normally knows what they buy in a certain area? They know.
Yeah. If they don't know, they'll do their due diligence. So let me give you a better. So like, I don't know, like New York City, the cap rate on an apartment building, depending on what part of town, may be 4%. That's like ridiculous in most markets, right? Whereas Birmingham, Alabama, in a similar neighborhood, it may be 7%, right? So, so that's again, it's almost that's the only way I can explain it. But let's do it this way. Let's do it this way, because it'll normally explain it better than I can explain it, and then I can fill in the holes or whatever. So,
you showing your screen? Okay.
Yeah. All right. If you were going to explain capitalization rate or cap rate to someone that doesn't understand it, explain how it works and maybe give an example of it. We'll just use multifamily on it. Explain with 5th grade readability.
Sure. Cap rate or capitalization rate is a way to measure how good an investment property might be. It's like checking how much money you can make from the property compared to its price. Imagine you buy a small apartment building for $100,000 and it makes $10,000 each year after expenses. The cap rate would be 10% because $10,000 is 10% of $100,000. A higher cap rate usually means more profit, but also might mean more risk. It's a simple way to compare different properties.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They looking at their profit, and whether they did even spend time on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the risk and obviously, what they can generate on it. So
all right. Chuck said, welcome back. Glad you're feeling better, Chevy.
Thank you, Chuck.
Michael Goolsby is Flip. How can we use the KISS method on withdrawn properties and how to comp it? I'm assuming he's talking about withdrawn from a realtor or something like a expired listing. Maybe
on a drawn property. I'm not sure what he means by that. If he could expound.
And CyberFit Vet said, I know more about land flipping. This is on Instagram. Land flipping than commercials. That's why I was asking about partnering. But like I said, we'll address it.
Yeah. It ain't no problem on that. We'll address it in a minute.
So let us know what you mean by withdrawn property, Michael Goolsby. QSL Natural said, my husband is an engineer and he makes some pretty good money. I want him to join me in my real estate business. He has the possibility of making the same amount of money or more doing real estate. What word of advice would you give me or word of wisdom?
Words of advice, y'all just double dip. Let your husband keep doing what he do till you get your situation right and you're super consistent and he see the traction happening, then you could now talk about transitioning. But right now, that's probably what's the bread and butter right now. So, you just gotta focus on getting it situated to where there's consistencies and there's an overflow in your business in the real estate part. Because he's gonna see the value in it.
Yeah. He needs to see you. I don't know what type of engineer he is, so but I don't know. Let's just say he make a couple $100,000 a year. So that's roughly before tax. We'll just say before taxes. So that's roughly what? Not quite $20,000 a month. And so when he see you make that a couple of times in a month, and you spent 3 hours max on that entire process of putting those couple of deals together or whatever, you'll probably have his attention on the first one, but definitely, that's all it's going to take. You did what now? That's the response you get. You did what now?
Yep. But right now, I mean, the biggest thing is that there's his what he got going is consistent.
Yeah.
What he got going is consistent, and it's paying the bills, it's handling situations. You have to get to that level to where he sees the value in what you're doing as far as overall, bringing in those big checks. And like Flip said, you're doing it in 2 or 3 hours or whatever the case may be. You're scaling your business to where you're showing that you're making 2, 3, 400,000 in a year.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Wonder what type of engineer he is.
Phil W. Need some meat. Gotta pay the agent, might double close, then JV with Flipman and Chevy. So you gotta have you gotta factor all of that in, okay?
Hell yeah, you do.
Everybody get paid.
Oh, Phil is funny. Phil, whatever happened to that deal that you sent me anyways, man? What the realtor say? But yeah.
14.
Oh man.
I feel fine.
Show right though. Gemini Wade said this is what KISS does, helps leave that initial meat on the bone. If you haven't watched the training video, what are you waiting for? It's simplified at its finest. Okay.
Jamming always.
Jamming always. That's what's up.
Oh, JD Kelly, welcome to the live. Is saying it's -2 in Moscow, Idaho. Enjoy that. Enjoy that.
God bless you, bro. God bless you, sir. God bless you. Man, I was getting ready to move.
Wow.
I was getting ready to leave Florida like a few weeks ago when it was only 60 degrees. I was like,
This is crazy.
I gotta find somewhere else to live, man.
Yeah. Hey.
I can't do this. I was talking to my brother. He live in Jersey. He's like, yeah, it's gonna rain. It's gonna snow. It's gonna be like 7, 8 inches of snow tonight. It's been snowing nonstop, and he's coming down here in like 2 weeks. I'm like, 7, 8 inches. It's 80 degrees right now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
I do not miss the cold, man. I do not miss the cold at all. Cause I grew up in Jersey.
Yeah.
Grew up in
So
Jersey.
you know about this
every winter I hated it because you had to get outside, shovel the snow, and you had to make money shoveling other people's snow. I mean, when you from up north though, man, there's so much hustle in you. So when you come to the south, it's like slow motion. It's a lot. It's for me, man. It's just a lot simpler, honestly. Because you get so much hustle just from being on a up north. It's always a hustle and bustle. There's always a what's the next move, what's the next wave. So when I'm in a hospital and they like, you all right? You working? I'm like, yeah, I'm working. These bills don't wait. I still gotta pay these bills.
Oh yeah, man. Or you gonna sit there and twiddle your thumb? I assume I'm getting out of here.
All right. Like the doctor came was like, anything you need from me, yeah, get me out of here.
No, I'm ready
It
to
was
go.
like you gotta wait. I said, okay,
Man.
all right, but I need to go. Like
It's
I gotta
torture.
get back to
It's
it.
like I do not want to
Man,
be
it
with all
was.
these sick people,
It
man.
was.
Man,
It
come on, man.
was, man, because I was there, and they're like, yeah, you're the youngest in here. I'm like, okay, yeah.
But
You gotta find
shout out
anything?
to all these doctors and nurses out here
Yeah.
that really take care of us when we do.
Oh
have to go through
yeah,
that.
oh
Man,
yeah,
shout out,
dude,
man. Seriously, for real.
dude. Yeah. They took good care of me, man. They took good care.
Yes, I
Cause
appreciate it.
I was hooked up on everything, so they wouldn't let me do anything at all, bro. So they took care of me. I mean, meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like, the only thing that was missing was just a sponge bath, man. But everything else was straight.
This sounds like the title of a new book. It says what you're saying, Flip, is I need to move like a wholesaler, think like a cash buyer.
A cash buyer. I like that. Yes. Yes.
But
Move
that's
like
how
a
you do it.
wholesaler.
That's how you do it.
Think like you got the
You gotta
hustle.
think about
You got the
think
work.
like a buyer, yeah.
Yes. So when you find these deals, don't think, oh, what's in it for me. Think about how can everybody benefit from the deals that you're putting together. And that's what makes the difference between a profitable wholesaler and someone that just comes in and is out of the game in less than what you know. Because a profitable wholesaler understands it's a business and you run it as a business. You have conversations with sellers, you have conversation with buyers, you have conversation with title companies. It's a business that you're running. So you have to put yourself in the driver's seat of a cash buyer whenever you're doing deals, for sure. So whenever we put deals together, they don't even last.
How do you feel about this statement? Remember, our business is to serve too. Want seller to benefit too, especially dealing with seniors.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's whenever you, because here's the thing: these people have all types of situations and problems, and we're there to be problem solvers. So when we're showing up, we're not showing up, oh, what's in it for me? We're showing up, how can we be a problem solver? How can we solve the situation that you're in? That's why people go through divorce, they downsize, they relocate, lose a job, behind on their mortgage. There's so many different situations that happen, and we got to know how to problem solve.
Gemini Ways is saying Ty loves his chat GPT. She said chat GBT. We're gonna get it together now. I don't even know what that stands for, GPT. I just know it's that's the name.
I bet you Ty do. What the chat
What
GPT
is
stand for,
that?
John?
I've heard it before, but I can't actually quote it right now. But obviously, it's just a search away.
Like,
We just got to know.
right. Let's see here. Josh Weiser, and he says 60-unit apartment is vacant. Depending on what they charge for rent is going to impact their cap rate will be. So should I take average rents and assuming it's 70% occupied or what? I think he really want to know about that cap rate and how to figure it out.
Okay.
Is it
He
a
said
quick way to
60
do that or
units.
something, Ty? Is it a quick way to do a cap rate? Like based on the rents and occupancy?
Well, now you're trying to just do what I guess you would call a pro forma. It's just a
Performance report, yeah.
yeah, just a projection or whatever. So, yeah, you can look at the market rates for 2-1s, 1-1s, 3-2s, whatever it is. For trying to compare apartments to apartments in a particular area, and you can forecast that out. Because now you need to know the unit mix. How many 1-1s is it out of those 60 units? Now, of course, you're assuming they're going to go back with the way it was. They may go in and it was a 60-unit apartment. They may go down to 50 just to increase the number of 2-1s or something like that. But still, you're going to project it out based on what it is already. However many 1-1s, 2-1s, 3-2s, what 2-1.5, whatever it is. And then you can look at the market rates, what they're trying to sell, what they're trying to rent those for, and you can run the numbers on it and just you could do 35 to 40% expenses once you come up with your income and whatever you think your occupancy rate. You could probably run the occupancy rate as far as a projection around 85 to 90% would be a good, conservative number or whatever. So I know I may be talking in circles to some people, but from him asking the question,
Keep asking, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he must know. So
he must know.
I mean, also you could ask for the P&L from the previous owners, like the sellers that's actually selling the property. So you can ask them for their P&L for the past 2 or 3 years, and that'll give you a good idea as far as what kind of income, what kind of expenses. Ask them also for the insurance. Typically, insurance is not a part of the P&L, so hopefully they put that a part of it. But yeah, you just ask them for all of those things and be good to go. Because I mean, if somebody, because I have, like, we have 27 doors right now. If somebody was to be like, hey, look, if I was like, I want to sell all my doors, all I have to do is just call my accountant and say, hey, can you put together my P&L for all the doors that I have, all the houses that I have, and they'll be able to put something together and send it over to me, and I could present that to an investor like, hey man, here's what everything looks, here's what rent rates been, here's how much I pay for insurance on a yearly basis, here's all the expenses that I've actually put in, all the repairs that I've done, here's what I've actually walked away with year over year, and that'll give a good idea as far as what my cap rate is.
And Michael Gooseby, he did follow up. He said that he was talking about expired listing, and I think when you've talked about it before, because that person, that realtor, already has that seller's information, you can go in through them, show them how they can get paid, or to save you trying to skip trace the person, or you could go directly into the person. Just depends on how it is. Yeah,
depends on the relationship you have with that realtor. Yep.
All right.
Because if it's expired, that means that realtor already moved on from that seller anyways.
I want you back.
Oh yeah, and Phil was agreeing with what you're saying about the young lady was saying about her husband. Since he's bringing in the bread, he can't get behind on his money bringing in most of the bread. But if she could show him that money, but he probably want to make double what he's making. But if he to quit what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're making the same, I don't know, but
I mean,
at least
always the goal. Always the goal is to replace your income.
Yeah.
Always the goal is to replace the income, right? If you can replace the income, that shows consistency, and it just depends on what level of income that you're bringing in as well. You know, I
And
know
don't get me
for us,
wrong, I'm not speaking for your husband, so you know you got to work that
yeah,
out. But what we're
yeah,
saying is that would at least probably indicate something to him to get into the real estate side. So
yeah, yeah.
speak from though. All right. He said oil and gas. She said thank you for that word, and she's saying he's in the oil and gas engineer.
Making
He's
that
making
good.
that bread. Okay, he's making that bread.
Seriously. Mhm. That's what's
Uh,
up.
let's see here. Phil W, you right, Chevy. Realtor was collecting bus offers. I'm still digging on that on and off market. It's coming. I'm determined to JV deal with you and Flipman. My gift for y'all education is helping millions.
No doubt. That's what's up, man.
All right. Would you come? Oh, so Michael Gooseby has another follow-up question. He said, would you comp expired listings the same way as off-market properties using the KISS method?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Oh, you look forward jamming on way to shoveling snow and raking leaves? Maybe you was looking forward to the money.
She said, as a kid,
As a kid, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that.
as a kid. Think as a kid. Yeah.
As a kid, yeah, it's just something to do. Double A, once a gator, always a gator. Chevy making deals in the hospital. Okay. Where is the gator head, Flip man? That's what they're asking.
They ran here somewhere. I'll pull it out. I'll pull them out next go round.
And we've had a couple of people that answered what GPT stands for. Somebody, well, not somebody. CyberFit says chat generative pre-trained transformer. The same thing that Edward Thames had said. Generative pre-trained transformer. I'll try to remember that. I just call it ChatGPT. And you were very close. You said Chat GPT.
GBT.
BT, that's what she said. BT. Just close. Just close. We knew what you was talking about. All right.
I thought that B meant for like bot or something.
BT. Oh, yeah, because you know it is a bot. You know.
Yeah.
Rashad Saunders. I reached out to a realtor about a property, and she stated I need a GAR form. What in the world is that?
Georgia Association of Realtors. I think Georgia G is the only state. Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, that's just she think they're a realtor. So
okay,
if you go to let me see. If you go here on Zomps, and we did a thing last week on it, on what to say to agents. Go here to find deals, and you scroll down where it says best responses to what realtors say. It's number 10 here. When agents mistake you as a realtor instead of a buyer. So you just can reply in some form of this. You don't have to say this exactly, but some version of this. Thank you for your response. Just to clarify, we are actual buyers and prefer to work directly with listing agents. We're comfortable with you representing both parties in a neutral capacity, whether through dual agency or as a transaction broker, intermediary, or a similar agreement allowed by your brokerage. Please initiate the contract based on our written offer. I gave ChatGPT the foundation for that, and it did the rest.
Oh man.
Tell us more. Oh, well, she was saying, yeah, or she being jamming always. She was like, she was doing the shoveling to make money, snow and raking. Yeah, I know, making that bread. Where are you at, jamming always? Because what did you say? She's in Idaho.
No, Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. I'm just
Indeed.
want to make sure where you are. because 14 degrees.
Pretty
And
cool.
Jamin always saying, I'm old, haha. I was thinking about what the lady called in on that one Thursday night live I caught recently. Are you know what she's talking about, Ty? Because I don't remember.
Which one was it? White lady. I can't think what her name is. Yeah, you got to,
Okay. Day Darden has another update. Ty and Chevy update again on the 111 Mini Drive before we sign the contract. We're going back and forth on the price right now. At the seller asking 120, but was asking 225. We offered 112, nothing yet, but trying to get it to 100K. If for any reason I don't get this contract myself, will y'all JV with me on this if I get it under 120? Or does the price need to be lower?
120 can work.
hell yeah.
You remember that's the one we looked at Monday, Ty, in Texas. I think it was like 150 online. And she said she was getting it for 120.
Was it 150 online?
I think it was like 159. This 111 is Ithaca, Texas. Ithaca. I think it was like 159 or something like that. But I think she's saying it used to be 225. You remember
that? Ithaca?
Ithaca, Texas is a 111 Mini Drive.
I have it in my browser.
Okay. So she wants to see if you would JV with her on it.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's at 155. Okay, makes sense. 182 is the range. At 120 depends on if they need any repairs or not. Let's see here. Let's see what Redfin happened at 76 on Redfin, 180 on Redfin. Redfin added at 180. Let's see here. 180. 65. Yeah. Ooh, see some pictures. Oh, I saw some pictures. Yeah, Dave, just give me a call. We could dive deeper into this one for sure.
So the lady is going back and forth with her.
You know, Ty, my green button finally showed up the other day.
Yeah. There you go.
And
all you needed was a Windows update. You just need a Windows update. That's all.
There you go.
That's all you needed.
Man.
That's what I was about to say. Nobody's put in a property today, but we got one from B Webb, and welcome to the live. This is in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm assuming this is a house, but it's 574 Daniel Circle in Jackson, Mississippi. Not too far from me. About 3 hours.
How far is it?
About 3 hours from Memphis.
Okay.
Jackson.
Yeah. I ran an office in Jackson, Tennessee.
Jackson, Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah.
Jackson, Tennessee is probably like 45 minutes from me. A real estate office, or you saying the
man, remember the DirecTV business?
DirecTV, okay. I got you.
Yeah. That was in 2012.
2012. Boom.
Okay. Decent house.
But Jackson, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna need a roof.
Need a roof.
I have a lot of views, so 40% of this. Yeah, we start around 32 for this one. You can easily wholesale it back for 40, 45 for sure. So 42.
42.
Yeah, 42.
And tell it back. You said 45.
No, I'm sorry. 32. 32. And put it back out there
Because they
for
got to
45.
include your fee.
Yeah, 32.
All right. So that's B Web. Okay. Gemini Ways. I grew up in Massachusetts, but I'm currently in Mayberry, Colorado. And Colorado is a joke. I wouldn't mind visiting Colorado.
So who is in Indianapolis? I'm thinking about somebody else there.
So
Yeah.
I know, yeah, that's probably normal for Colorado, negative 14 degrees. Or was it 14 degrees? I think it was 14 degrees.
14.
Yeah, 14 degrees. Eugene Scott, good afternoon, Flip Man. I have a realtor who's set up a walkthrough for 6 properties, which is a package deal next week. And I have a few more offers submitted, just waiting for a response. You must be local to the realtor if you're going to look at those 6 properties. And have you factored in, what are they willing to take? But you all go ahead.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, he's about to do a walkthrough for 6 properties, but what are they wanting for because sometimes people will waste your time knowing that they're not at the price that you want to be at. I mean, what you all say? What say you about these 6 properties?
Yeah, you gotta make sure that the offers are right and you know what they're asking and everything makes sense. As long as everything makes sense, yeah. Good.
Because
So just make sure before you waste your time, everybody understand what's going on.
Because I had a guy that had to do me one like that. I told that guy exactly what I would pay for the house. He took me over to the house. He knew what I was offering. He took and showed me, his dad was into construction, and he told me about his dad's life story. And then at the end of the conversation, we was back at retail. I'm sitting at the guy's house. I'm like, dude, man. I mean, like, did you tell me? You thought that you was gonna tell me this long story, and I was gonna change my mind? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, crazy people waste your time, man.
People will waste your time. Actually, you will waste your time.
That's you wasting your own time. You're right.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know.
I am very, very specific when it comes to dealing with sellers, bro. Very specific.
That's what you're saying. You get it established before you get out there. Is what you're saying.
Yes. It's known, and we're good.
Gemini. Oh, okay. So she's telling us about this lady, your co-host on Thursday night, called it some nickname, Jippy, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. She was saying she was saying gypped. Yeah. Talking about she was saying gypped.
Yeah, like you getting over on somebody, like you gypped somebody, or is that what you're saying? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that word. I don't know if that's a southern term though, but I've heard it all my life. Somebody is.
What's the name? Say you think Juju is in Indiana? So.
Juju.
So, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's Juju then. Okay, that you were thinking of Chevy. Michael Goolsby has a property in Atlanta. We get a lot of people properties in Atlanta. 389 Harlan Road, Southwest. And where's our guy? $1 Million Maker. He slips in and out. He's in there.
Sometimes dude come and collect the deal, then he's out, man.
Yeah,
he's out.
All right, let me put you on the screen. Are you ready?
I got you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I see it now. Gypped. Yeah, somebody trying to gyp you.
Yeah, try to play you.
Trying to play you
for a sucker.
Right.
I think they use that in movies before.
Oh yeah, they use all of slang, and I remember it was just some movie. They had all hip hop stuff in there, but as long as you paying these people appropriately, they came up with these terms,
Okay, so it was listed for 266 and they removed it. Wow, they kept on going down on this price. They had as high as what? As high as 370
Wow.
last year. Yeah. Well, they started listed it at 260 back in last April.
4 months later, they went up 100K.
They went up 100,000, bro, 110,000, and then they went back down. What's wrong with people, man?
Just right.
What's wrong with people?
They tried it though. They tried it. They tried it.
Yeah. Okay. So on that, was that 50%? So, I mean, you got to understand with certain things when it comes to these properties, guys. I mean, whenever, let me see here, they don't really have much at all. Like, there's nothing, there's no pictures or nothing coming soon. This home is currently being prepared for future value. Okay, available very soon. Please contact us for additional information. Yeah. Okay. So they like, man, we just gonna rent this. we, we just gonna rent this.
I wonder what made them drop. Well, I don't wonder. It just the market will tell you it needs to be.
Oh yeah,
dropped.
yeah.
The market.
Yeah, market will always humble you.
Kalia Views is asking, you guys teach wholesaling commercial real estate? Question mark.
Show do. Show do.
Show do. We show do. Okay. Oh, so what did we say for Michael Goolsby? I just want to make it clear. Like, what is he offering?
50%.
I'm saying, what was the number? I can't remember.
133.
133. Okay.
I mean, they said after we just gonna rent this out. So
yeah. They didn't drop it. They need to drop it some more. Okay, Eugene Scott, I already have an offer submitted. Offer so far has been accepted using the KISS method.
Let's go, Eugene.
Let's go. Let's go, man. Get out there. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, we need a bail, okay? You got a bail.
Why my bail? Like,
no, Eugene, congratulations, brother.
I thought the bell wasn't loud. It's loud as hell.
Get out there and see those properties proudly, okay?
Let's go, Eugene. Let's go.
I want to see the merchandise.
I think Eugene was one of the people that was like making offers, like 300-400 offers.
Is that him? Okay.
I think he was one of those people.
Hard work pays off, you know.
I think he was one of those people. Let me know if you was one of those guys that said you already was on like 150 offers or something like that, bro.
Yes,
sure.
Yes, sir. All righty. Gemini Ways is saying, Chevy, I looked at lots of properties in Indiana.
That could be it.
That's probably what it is. Doing this remotely. I get it.
Yeah, because I think Juju is in Chicago. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Somewhere around there.
Well, somebody was saying that she's in Indiana. Juju is in Indiana. And Edward Thames.
Somewhere.
We'll figure it out. Verna, I submitted an offer to an agent, which she says is too low. That's expected. But she wants to give me 4 more properties because the seller has other properties. I sent her offer on as a fixer upper. All of them fixer uppers, but go ahead. I guess she submitted an offer. It was too low, but the realtor is offering her 4 more properties. I'm assuming those need work too, but maybe they don't.
Who knows? Keep on making offers.
Eugene said he's been submitting 10 deals per day.
There you go. So yeah, he's one of those people. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
All right, this is another property from Michael Goolsby, 126 Meadow Park Lane, Southwest Atlanta, 30315. Could you call me? Gemini always say, ring that bell. That's what I'm talking about. You know, you forgetting these deals.
Damn.
What t-shirt or two shorts say? blow the whistle. You know what I'm saying? Blow the whistle.
But what Too Short do?
You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize he put that out. He put that
He said, "What'd he
song
do?"
out when he was in his 40s. I didn't know that.
Yeah, when he was still in Atlanta.
Wait, do this house look like it's in the ground?
Hold on 1 second. Let me put you on the stage.
Because they got basement. They got basement in Atlanta, right? That's what it is.
It looked like it's sinking.
Nah, it's fine.
I think they got basements in Atlanta.
Well, yeah.
They got basements down there.
But that's a crawl space. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh, okay.
if even that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Let's see here.
Oh, for sure, Shazam. Blow the whistle. You turn that on. I'm like, yeah. But I'll go.
He made a ton of money off of that.
What's my favorite word?
Yeah. I don't want to say it on here. This is a family show. It's a family show, you know.
All right. So with this property, it's only been on the market for 7 days, and it got over 400 plus views. So they got the property price right. More than likely gonna move soon. Yep. So they had they had it listed for 210 back in October, and they dropped the price to 180. So yeah, they adjusted the price, and now probably this price right. So yeah, see what happens.
So about 90.
For something like that. Yeah, I mean, for something like that, though, I wouldn't even bother, honestly.
You wouldn't bother it? Okay.
Nah. But yeah, 90.
Okay. So he said 10 a day. Somebody was asking about that. Gemini Way says she's been doing that 3 times per week. I just added Sunday, so I guess I'm getting close. So I guess she's doing 10 a day for 4 days a week. That's what she's saying. And let's see. Yeah, Shazam. Yeah, that is one of my favorite songs. Stephen Vaughn. Hey guys, I'm involved with a company called Connected Investors. I'm familiar with that. I think we're all familiar with it. They deal with off-market properties. Can I fuse this with you boys to get fast cash? P.S. got me a new knee the other day, so I'm holding it up. So he's just gonna be typing and texting, and while he's recovering, seems like Stephen Vaughn. So I guess what he's asking is, you know, they post properties on Connected Investors, as we all know. And would those be candidates for doing JVs on? I guess if you get in contact with the person that is listing the properties, I'm thinking that's what he's asking. But those normally are wholesalers, though, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of investors, wholesalers. Yeah, it ain't. You're really not. It's almost like they're not off market because it's so popular. Well, not say you can't find opportunities there by no means, but it's sort of like it's not off market. It's you know what I'm saying? I don't even know how to answer that for real. Because I don't even know how to answer. Yeah, just those I don't get too excited about personally. I'm sure there's tons of opportunities. There are tons of transactions, but I know I don't get excited about them because it's not like I can.
Yeah. Because see, I understand why you don't get excited, because you'll do the work to find out whether it's a deal or not, and then the deal still falls apart because that person that has the deal doesn't have the right paperwork or something. It's just something that'll screw up on the end, and it's like.
I know it's some opportunities there. It's just not my preference to take on stuff from when they heavily shop like that on the wholesale level. So, but again, that's just me. I ain't saying not to do it. I'm just saying me. I'm normally not going to be interested in something like that.
How do you feel about it, Chevy?
Oh, I love connected investors.
No, I'm saying him going on there and finding deals on connected investors. And
I mean, yeah, they're just other wholesalers just on there posting deals. I mean, still got to vet them the same way. Still got to make sure it's a deal. Ain't no problem at all. Hey, man, if you're willing to put in the work and you find a deal that we could JV on, why not? No stone left unturned and no money left on the table.
I understand. Did you watch the Super Bowl, Chevy? I know you was in the hospital.
I was in the hospital high as hell.
High as hell.
But yeah, I watched the Super Bowl.
I
watched the Super Bowl.
What did you think? Yeah, did you bet? You didn't bet on it? You didn't bet on the game?
I wanted the Eagles to win because I'm NFC, but you know it was like I've been a Giants fan since I got in this country back in '96, and it's been a horrible journey sometimes with them. So
with Giants, yeah, for sure.
I mean,
are you still a fan of the Giants? You still a fan of the Giants? Is your favorite team?
Okay. Yeah, still a fan and everything. I grew up watching Tiki Barber. yeah, that's my man.
Because didn't I don't watch a lot of football, so but the running back that's with the Eagles.
They ain't even traded him. They just didn't want to re-sign him. So he was a free agent and they didn't want to re-sign him. So Eagles gave him the money that he wanted. Saquon Barkley, man. Yeah. That was like the biggest and dumbest decision for the Giants to make. Dummies.
You ride with your team, though. You ride with your team.
Man, the whole season I'm there talking to my brother like Giants are so stupid. It's just dumb. Yeah. Giants and the Cowboys. It's horrible. That's horrible.
Shazam X wants to know how much employees do each one of you have?
I don't have employees, man. I have people that I partner with because I don't like paying hourly wage to nobody. That's just something that I don't. I've done it before, and it's not something that I would ever do again. But I'm sure Ty got plenty of employees. But I have people that I have on commission. So yeah, there's people that's on commission and everything like that. So we're at like 4 or 5 people.
Okay.
That's commission only.
I hear you. Gemini Ways, Ty, you're right. They're not exclusive. I guess the wholesaler deals that are connected investors. Lionel D, is there a minimum value a property should be worth to partner with you using the KISS method?
Nope. As long as it's a deal, we'll make something happen. It just gotta make
$1 million property,
It just gotta make sense. As long as it makes sense, we can make something happen.
If
it's a $1 million property you did the KISS method, you got it for $600,000. Somebody gonna buy it.
Come on now. Ty, you want to talk about the topic? We're an hour in. Yeah.
Wait, it's been an hour already?
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun, man. I'm telling you.
When you get up out of a hospital bed.
Look, I know what you mean when you driving away. You probably wife was you in the the passenger seat, leaving away from the hospitals, so you looking back and you're like, I'm so glad to get away from this. I'm ready to go. Take me to get something to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just thankful and thanking God, man, that I'm here, man, because the way they was talking, boy, it didn't sound like your boy was gonna make it. And I'm sitting there fine, like, What y'all talking about? I'm fine. They're like, no, you're not fine.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I get it. I get it. I get it. Ty?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the reason that I even sort of thought about this topic this morning was how did this come about? Okay. So um, so can you wholesale commercial real estate? The answer is yes, of course. Um, and the reason I even just thought to just, even though I've talked about it numerous times on my channel on different formats, but well, let's do this. Well, let me explain why. So yesterday, um, the 14 units and 8 units trying to sell. Uh, the owner, he and I know each other really. We're friends, I guess you would say. And so he didn't really want to fool with it, like, and a lot of people that own properties like that, they don't like looking for stuff, so that's why wholesalers have value. Not all by no means, but a lot of them, they don't like to spend time looking for stuff, looking for opportunities. They prefer it just fall out the sky. That'll happen through realtors, wholesalers. Normally it's going to be one or slash brokers. So anyway, so a broker reached out to him because they had just sold a building. That's where a lot of brokers will do it. They sell something, a commercial broker for sure. They sold some apartments across the street from where, like, literally you walk across the street, the other apartments are. He just sold those. The guys want to buy some more. They want to know about his unit. So they reached out to him. So they just text him, and well, he called him and then he texted him some information. But so anyway, he said, man, you want to handle this? I know you've been pushing them, whatever. I would still want you to get paid on them. Well, yeah, if you just speak to the guy and handle it or whatever. So after I sent the broker an email back on Friday with some information on the property or whatever, and he didn't respond. So I said he must didn't get it or whatever. So anyway, I called him, looked up his name and called him. And did we talk initially? Yeah, he called me back. So we talked, and so we went through it, and so he explained basically what I just explained. He had an investor that just bought, they want to buy some more, and they were interested. And so we started talking, and just he wanted to know what my role was. So I explained to him, hey, I'm a friend, but I'm a wholesaler, so that's how I get down. So he know I pushed the button on both ends of it, and he really didn't like to push for one side of it, which is the buyer side of it or whatever. He doesn't like to really look for deals. And so we just started talking about he said, well, you know what, I got a 20 unit building. If you can help me find a buyer for that, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, my guy, he'd probably be interested in that after they sell this, blah. And so it just got me to thinking, that was just such a pleasant conversation. Then we started talking about some self-storage facility. So I can move that fast, and that's really what I specialize in. So I gave him that information or whatever, and so that's who I was just texting just now is him. So it got me to thinking, just having that conversation with that one guy, right, and how powerful that is as far as, because they deal in just a whole nother world of compared to what we do is when we deal with houses or whatever, especially with the numbers, the players that are involved in that, as far as the type of deals you put together, the price point of properties, the buyers that bought that property that he had, they were in Virginia, the properties here in Birmingham, which is very common. And so, so it just got me. So let me just talk about that again, really focus on that in a while. So that's established commercial real estate though. So people say, I found this commercial property. So like, that's good. When you reach out to me, okay, it's like saying, I found this human being. All right, so this is male, female, old, young, black, white, Asian, you know what I'm saying? That's when you say I found a commercial property. It's like what you're saying, I found this human being. Can we be a little bit more definitive, like of what it is, because that'll matter, because with houses, you just have houses. I guess you could have townhouses, condos, as far as other single family with residential dwellings. But with commercial, you have just so many, you have just a whole list of other property types. And so let's do this real quick. I'll sit here and name them, but I'll just want it to do it for us. Let me see. ChatGPT. All right. Provide a list of all the different types of commercial real estate property types.
Sure, commercial real estate generally includes the following types. 1. Office buildings. These can range from small professional buildings to large skyscrapers. 2. Retail spaces. This category includes shopping centers, strip malls, and standalone stores. Industrial properties. Warehouses, manufacturing buildings, and distribution centers fall under this type. 4. Multifamily complexes. This includes apartment buildings and other residential rental properties with more than 4 units. 5. Hotels and hospitality. Includes hotels, motels, and resorts. Special purpose. Properties that serve a specific purpose, like gas stations, schools, or churches. Mixed use combines multiple uses, such as residential, retail, and office space in one property. Is there a specific type you're interested in?
No, I want you to break. So how many total is that, those different types that you just listed?
I listed 7 different types: office buildings, retail spaces, industrial properties, multifamily complexes, hotels and hospitality, special purpose, and mixed use.
Are all those evaluated the same?
No, they aren't evaluated the same. Each type has its own valuation criteria and market dynamics. For instance, office buildings are often valued based on rental income and occupancy rates, while retail spaces might focus on foot traffic and location. Industrial properties could be assessed based on logistical advantages and warehouse space. Multifamily complexes are typically evaluated on rental income and occupancy, similar to office buildings, but with residential dynamics. Hotels have unique factors like average daily rates and occupancy. Special purpose properties are evaluated based on their specific use. Mixed use properties combine elements from different categories, so they can be more complex to evaluate. Each type requires a tailored approach based on its specific characteristics and market conditions.
So when someone reaches out to, I'll just say me, and say, I got a commercial property, what is that really telling me?
When someone says they have a commercial property, they're usually referring to a property that's used for business purposes. It could be an office building, retail space, warehouse, multifamily complex, hotel, or any other type of property that's not solely residential. It's a broad category, so it helps to get more details about the specific type of commercial property they're referring to.
So when someone is trying to refer a commercial property, they need to be more specific is where I'm going. Where would you place properties like a McDonald's, a gas station, a Walgreens? What type of properties are those?
Those would typically fall under retail spaces and commercial real estate. McDonald's, gas stations, and Walgreens are all examples of retail properties. They are evaluated based on factors like location, foot traffic, and lease agreements, which are crucial in determining their value. If someone mentions a commercial property like those, they are typically referring to a retail space.
Okay. The one thing, I guess, comparing houses to commercial real estate, what would you say the biggest the differences are?
One of the biggest differences between houses and commercial real estate is how they're valued. Houses are usually valued based on comparable sales in the area and the condition of the property. In contrast, commercial real estate is primarily valued based on its income potential and the return on investment it can generate. This means factors like rental income, occupancy rates, and operating expenses play a significant role. Additionally, commercial real estate often involves more complex leases and longer-term contracts compared to residential properties.
Okay. All right. I want to show you that when you just reach out and say, I found this commercial real estate property, it's more to it than that. Like way more. What is it? Like, what is it? Like, is it a gas station? Is it multifamily? Is it industrial? Is it office? It matters. So most people Not all. Some people are dealing multiple types of commercial real estate, but a lot of investors, they'll just focus in on one or two and just master that because it can be an immense amount of wealth. You like a lot of people that do hotels, that's the only thing they do. Or some people do multifamily, that's the only thing they do. Or self-storage, that's the only thing they do. Right. So it's important. So for me, and if you're going to send, I only just know about 3 of them basically. 2 of them I actually have done multiple deals in. 1 of them I haven't. Self-storage, multiple deals. Multifamily, multiple deals. Hotel, motels, never done a deal before, right? Would love to. Totally understand what creates an opportunity, right? But never pulled one off before yet. Got some stuff in the pipeline, but yet, right? And so, but self-storage, multifamily, and warehousing. Now, I understand that also. Never done a deal, but I'm not even really pursuing that. But I do, if an opportunity presents itself, I think I can recognize it or whatever. So when you just start to see a former bank or gas station or former Walgreens or something like that, it's all about a buying pool. Self-storage, easy to identify a buying pool as far as my resources. Multifamily, easy to identify a buying pool. Really easy to identify a buying pool for multifamily for my resource. Same thing with hotel, motels, not so much with warehousing, but I would probably figure it out. The other stuff, like which I've talked about, the single tenant, triple net stuff, know how to do that for sure, but that's really difficult because now you have to create a value on a vacant property on a property like a former Walgreens. If you're going to try to go back with a single triple net lease, which means the tenant is going to pay you lease, taxes, insurance, and maintenance. It's like an unbelievable opportunity as far as rental income because you literally just sit there and they call it mailbox money. You don't have to do anything because they're taking care of everything. When you see a Walgreens, CVS, they're paying the person rent. They don't own the building now. They're paying the person rent. They're paying the taxes on it. They're paying the insurance, and they take care of the maintenance. They call it a triple net lease. If you ever see that N or whatever, but I'm not talking about that. So point being, number one, yes, you can wholesale commercial real estate, but just understand it's just not, hey, I found this commercial property. It's more to it than that. What type of property it is. You don't even have to tell me it's commercial. Just say, hey, I found this vacant. If you're dealing with me, I'm just saying, I found this apartment building. The apartment building I live in, the owner wants to sell it. The self-storage facility where I lease space from, the owner wants to sell it, or if you generate the lead in some other form of fashion. But if you're just driving by a building that you've seen for the last 20 years, is an old funeral home or something like that, an old church, I'm not going to know what to do with it, right? At this point, that may change as the date of this video. As right now, it's all about buying pools. Can I easily access a buying pool for that if we're talking about wholesaling? So hopefully that makes sense. ChatGPT, I want to sort of give some context on. It's just not like commercial real estate and just a one fit at all. It's not even close to that because it's normally based on how you evaluate it. You can use comparables, but it's more difficult to do it that way. And most people don't do it that way anyway. They base it on how much money can it make or is making. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense.
While on that, Soul Soldier had asked earlier about how would you target land for commercial real estate? We said we was going to address that,
but yeah, you still can do it. It's the same thing. I have done that, but I've never done a commercial real estate land deal, right? How I would go about it though, you still want to tap into what I would call land specialists, but commercial land specialists that'll understand what is selling for a price per acre in that area. You have to take in other factors, but that's where you're normally going to start at. What will it sell for a price per acre? But how you target it, you're going to have classifications of different land types. So whatever list builder you're using, whether it's PropStream or one of the commercial tools that's out there, CoStar, Reonomy, then you can identify commercial land if you want to target it. But with anything, you still have to understand, number one, what is the value of that particular property? What's the end game? And then what type of buying pool? Now with land, generally speaking, what you're trying to do is you want to put yourself in a position to be able to market the crap out of it or whatever. And a lot of times if it's you want a lengthy agreement, especially on commercial land, let's just get a smoking deal. You like confident, we'll just say it's worth $500,000 and you're getting it for 200, you're gonna probably be able to move that fairly quickly. Some people just buy it just to sit on it, just because they know it's greatly undervalued or whatever. So, but it's all about building list and just knowing what stuff is how it's I guess zoned personally. I mean, how that particular filter is for zoning for commercial real estate. Residential is a lot easier to move with land, as far as I know, so from my experience with it, easier to evaluate too with free tools.
All right. Stephen Vaughn is asking, so you're saying stick with you, I can live with that. And I will put I think what he was saying, Stephen, is that those properties that are own connected investors have already been shopped. A lot of those people, they know the same thing that you know. So they probably are on Marketplace. They've shopped them all around.
Yeah, no, I don't want to cut you off, but there are deals there. I just said it just my preference. Chevy said he likes them. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, Chevy, he do. So you ain't gonna leave no money on the table. Yeah, so I get it. Yeah. I was just thinking with the realtor though, a lot of wholesalers they shy away from realtors. So the KISS method, but I agree with Chevy. Don't let no money leave no money on the table, because it is some deals on connected investors.
Yeah, when it comes to because I've moved deals off of connected investors, because you're not dealing with realtors, you're dealing with investors. So you're dealing with other wholesalers that have deals available. So you could filter out and partner up JV. Like, connected investors is doing a deal on connected investor probably going to be a lot simpler than doing a deal on the off market property. Just putting it out there. Okay. There's other wholesalers that have deals. You just got to bring a buyer.
Makes sense.
So you just got to vet it and bring a buyer.
Well, repeat that, because I think that's very important what you just said, that it's dealing with another wholesaler is going to be a lot simpler than anything else.
Dealing with a realtor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The biggest obstacle you're going to run into when it comes to going on connecting investors and looking at deals is whether or not this is a newer investor that had the property overpriced. That's probably the biggest challenge that you're going to face. But other than that, if you find something and you have a buyer, or you reach out like, hey, I got a buyer for this, let's JV on it, they're going to be inclined like, okay, cool, let's do it. So that's how I connected with a lot of people when I first started real estate wholesaling. Was connected investors. That was my go-to.
Okay, cool.
For sure.
A couple people was talking about the Giants. Is Schuler Sanders, is that his name, going to the New York Giants? Is it going to help him?
Who? Deion.
Shador. Oh, Deion Sanders.
Oh, okay. But he ain't been proved. He ain't proved anything yet, right? Not in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big improvement. After Eli Manning left, all the other white boys, they ain't even shit, man.
Shazam said, I was trying to figure out team structure, I guess, when he's building out his team for real estate. When
you're building a team, man, 9 out of 10 times you're going to have VAs. You're going to have a lot of VAs that do different things. Whether that's lead generation. VAs are good for like sourcing leads, and they're good for qualifying leads. As far as like securing deals where you're negotiating with the sellers and you're disappointed. Yeah, they could be good for disappointing as well. But acquisition side, you want to pass to that for
sure. Okay. I don't know, sir. The mic is going out or something. I don't don't know if it's but you
It's
did
probably,
say
can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. But VAs is what you're saying, and you need dispose, people that are gonna dispose the properties.
I mean,
Germ on the acquisition.
so lead generators, acquisitions, and dispositions.
Okay. On Instagram, Germ on the Beat is saying, I see in South Carolina they are cracking down on wholesaling. Do you guys think wholesaling will be banned nationwide?
Well, in South Carolina, they have probably the most, from my understanding, the stiffest I don't know laws that there are, but that's just based on just assignment of contract. From my understanding, it doesn't prevent you from double closing. If you buy it, once you buy it, do whatever you want to with it. So there's services out there that offer that. I'll be matter of fact, the proof of funds service that you all are tapping into now. If you text POF to 205-964-5243, they offer that service. I actually supposed to interview them tomorrow. I don't know when I'll get it up. Maybe it won't be this weekend. I got to go attend a funeral, but I'll get it up probably next week at some point. Just to dive deeper into that or whatever. So can be stopped, man. We love that when they try to stop you, baby. Well, problem, you make money from solving problems or what appears to be a problem.
Appears
More money for you.
Appears. Gemini Wade says, Chevy, what the heck? Hospital visit. So you want to address that for those people that were not on the Monday show, Chevy, or?
Yeah, I mean, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Am I
you.
coming clear? Oh, okay.
I hear you a lot better now.
So initially they said I had a heart attack. My heart was inflamed. They said that I could have died because it was not normal or whatever. So they kept me in the hospital for like 3 days. Ran some more tests and they couldn't find nothing. So they're like, we don't even know what happened. Like we're gonna rule out the heart attack because it wasn't, but something happened. Something happened to where your heart was inflamed and you wasn't getting oxygen to your it's like you wasn't getting enough blood to your heart. I wasn't getting enough blood to my heart. So they had to put me on IV and everything and put me on blood thinners to make sure that my heart kind of started getting enough blood. And that was it. So my heart was overworking. So I was probably working too much.
Can be scary, I'm sure. Be scary. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Glad to have you back. Glad to have you back.
Yeah.
Okay, Love of Abundance. They have an industrial warehouse. Ty, you did say that you understand industrial warehouses, but they're giving, it says, what is it saying? They're asking 12.9 million for it. It's valued at 18 million. And they want need a good email for anyone interested. I have the offer package ready to send buyers.
Okay, so something like that. Number one, is this or how did you find this lead? Are you dealing whenever you start talking them numbers? We need to be dealing directly with the owner. For me, so I have to go by my capabilities. You know what I'm saying? My resources or how I can get stuff done. Right now, this is just a probably final line, whatever. But now. I ain't scared of no numbers or whatever, but if it's that significant of a deal, I'm gonna always ask myself, why is it still available? It just normally don't work that way. Who's saying it's worth 18 and they, what I'm saying, who's saying that? Where are they getting that number from? But the first thing is are you dealing with the owner on this property? If not, I'm not gonna be interested. I get that off the top.
So number one is who's saying that?
Okay, we got to pick her up. If I'm driving mama car, I need to.
When I said second time,
Let's see here.
each car. You took one out of that car
And then took it again.
Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, I wholesale also Shazam. If you want to hit me up with a deal or something, I don't mind looking at it. So
That's he's going to start working on.
Chevy's mic is off. Let's see here. God is a healer, Kelly Rich is saying. And have you been resting? Shazam asked that as well. So they're concerned about Chevy. Wow, very scary. Thank you for sharing that. Glad you're doing better. So everybody is just giving you a shout out, Chevy, hoping that you're resting up and that God is a healer. Yeah.
Not resting up, but I'm here.
But not resting.
Not resting, but yeah, I'm here though. Yeah, I'm good.
He gonna throw the I'm a Jamaican on you.
Right.
I'm a Jamaican. I'm a Jamaican. We on rest. We on rest. That's a great point, Ty. You know me very well, sir. You know me very well. That's hilarious. Yes. 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 I am a Jamaican. We do not rest.
My goal is to lock in on self-storage, live in the capital of Pat Rack. Okay. No one uses their garage for cars because it's full of stuff. At first, I thought folks were partying. So I guess she's basically saying a lot of people use self-storage in Colorado.
Oh yeah, America, we just buy too much stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Got to have self.
We ain't gonna never use it. I ain't gonna throw it away though. We ain't hoarders. We ain't.
Said this lady. And I've never saw something like that up in close and personal, the hoarder, but I've seen it on these TV shows.
One of the biggest deals I ever did was a hoarder.
So was it hard to get all that junk up out of there? You just had a company to do it.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was on my flip.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The dude inherited the house from his uncle, and the uncle had turned one of the rooms into a bird cage. It wasn't that no more, but they still had the wire up and stuff. That's just total filth. A bird cage in a house, a whole room.
Crazy. Okay. Jeff Baker says these people got some big deals going on now. You got the 6 property that Eugene is going out to see out, the guy with the 12 million. What is the best way for analyzing a residential portfolio for wholesaling? 37 single family homes. That's probably somebody that just had a portfolio.
Well, yeah. You'll break those down individually. Initially, you could just look at how much income the total package is bringing in, what the expenses are, how much do they want. That's the initial thing you'll look at, right? And how many of those are currently rented? What type of rents are there? Section 8 straight rent, only month to month, long term, You want to get into all of that. Then you can get into the actual evaluation of the houses themselves, because the money may be in the evaluation of the houses. They may be on the price based on the price he's giving you, even though the income doesn't make sense. Then you got to get into what your market rents are for that, to see if they're at market rent, below it, or maybe above. So you have to gather all those factors. But definitely something.
All of them are vacant.
Okay. So he just got a package of just vacant houses. So now we need to get into simple. Go back to the old, just to the basics at that point. What condition? What does he want for him?
Yeah.
Hey, you can put each one of those into what we call the thing. You do your research on each one of them using Redfin, Zillow, and Realtor. Hopefully they're close to each other. Get you a number for each one of them. Boom. Put it into Zomps, the offer thing, and add all those up. We'll be in the ballpark. I don't know if that'll be the number, but we'll be in the ballpark because it's still going to matter on condition of them or whatever. So, but yeah.
Tom Smith has a question. Hey, I may have a deal in Detroit, but before he signs, he's trying to push for a quick inspection.
We be on your time, Chevy?
It's all good, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I know we started a little later today, so go ahead. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, so Ty Smith is asking, hey, I may have a deal in Detroit, but before he signs, he's trying to push for a quick inspection. He also mentioned waiving the inspection. What do I do in this scenario? And he also saying, do I push to sign first before inspection? And if he refuses, what do I do then?
Who is he referring to? A buyer?
He didn't
Yeah.
say. And I don't want to put words on it in it because he could be talking about the seller, he could be talking about the buyer, about the inspection. He's saying an agent.
Okay, I'm unclear. So he's dealing with the listed agent, I'm assuming. Now, some cities require an inspection in the transaction. I got one. Oh, I think it may be in
He's saying the
Detroit.
seller. He's saying the seller through the agent. Why would a realtor want it? They're not gonna
No. Some cities require it. I got a contract. I got to when we finish this sign. Is in one of them cities, either Detroit or Chicago. They were, or it's in Illinois. I'm sorry. It's in Illinois. So, but it's Chicago suburban, but it's a suburban city around it. But the city requires an inspection on the transaction. Within the transaction, from my understanding, because he asked me was I going to pay for it. So I said, well, how much is it? So he just sent me over to this website. I think it was like 125. Yeah, I pay for that. Man, you ain't have to ask that.
But he's actually asking about waiving the inspection.
May I have a deal to Detroit before the sign is in? Quick question. Inspection. He also mentioned waiving. Yeah. If that's an option. If I'm understanding what you're asking, we don't worry about no inspection. And that's for the buyer. That's on them. Again, if
he's talking about the seller.
the city requires, that's different. But
he's talking about the seller though, not the buyer.
Why would the seller want you to have an inspection? They don't care. They shouldn't care. I'm missing some here. The seller normally doesn't care about that unless the city requires it.
But here's the thing: the seller is saying they want to. This is one of those things where there's the contingency things, right? So what's going on is
are they asking for you not to have a due diligence period?
Yeah.
What they say? An inspection period or due diligence period. No, you need that.
You need that.
That's common.
Let me say this. Hold on. I will waive it. I don't know what you offered them. But that just say the KISS number it was $100,000 Oscar, so we'll be at 40,000. I'll waive it if we can get it for 15. Otherwise, no.
Yeah, put some stipulations in there.
Yeah, sure. I'll waive it if we do. I can get it for less.
But the seller is saying, hey, you could walk it and make a decision, but once this is signed, ain't no backing out of it. Pretty much, that's what. That's
what they try to do. They want me to pay $1,000 due diligence fee. Remember?
Yeah. So in this scenario, Ty, what you wanna do is you want to I'm sure you probably have a few buyers in the area. I mean, where you could establish getting some walkthroughs or whatever the case may be. But you want to present it, see what our buyers' interests are in the deal.
Yeah, you're right.
Or
you want to look if they're considering your number, you want to look deeper.
Yeah.
Let's start there. It may be worth waiving the inspection. It may be worth doing that. So
because I think they're holding up signing the contract based upon his answer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would have to look at the numbers and what activity is in there before I could personally just say, hey, wait, you good. You're gonna make the move this.
So you and that's a great point as well, Ty. Like, hey, look, I'm down for no inspection if I get it at XYZ. Because we know it got to be a smoking deal at that point. The numbers got to make sense at that point. As long as the numbers make sense, we good to go. But if the numbers don't make sense and they want you to do no inspection, nah, they ain't no way at all. That's like shooting yourself in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Soldier wants to know, what tools would you use to find commercial real estate on Zillow?
It's not set up for that. It's not set up for that. None. It is not set up for that. It's already not set up for investors on the that do residential real estate. It's not set up for that with Zillow. They don't even, if you look up a commercial property on Zillow, sometimes they're sure, a lot of times they won't even recognize it. It's just not set up for that.
You're right. You're right. It would come up blank.
Yeah.
It would pull up blank.
Yeah. But with people,
a lot of land they won't recognize. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With that in mind, I'm going to add to your point that Google Maps, for storage facilities, they have a phone number, and a lot of times you can just talk to the direct person that owns this facility on Google Maps, and if they're willing to sell their property.
Well, if you text Mini, M-I-N-I, not M-A-N-Y, M-I-N-I, the 205-964-5243, I show you how to use Google Maps and yellowpages.com to build lists of self-storage. But you can do the same thing with multifamily and motels in reality, and using the chat GPT, the GPT I created to be able to do that. Like, I'll just show you, since we're here, that's what we're talking about today. I'll just show you real quick. So basically, now you need to go through the training for real, whatever. I'll just talk some highlights. So you go to yellowpages.com, and with self-storage, you can get owners on the phone in small towns. So this is like Laurel, Mississippi, right? So if I put in here self-storage, Laurel is big enough to have multiple self-storage facilities now. So if I scroll down, I'm going to see, it's only one page here. So it's 18 facilities. So if I go here, and this is going to be a little techy, but if you're on a Mac, it's Command A, but if you're on a Windows, it's Control A. You see how it highlights the screen, right? Now, if I hit hold down Control and C or Command and C, it's going to copy that. Then if I get over here to Chat GPT, I ain't going to tell you how to log in. You can go to the internet. There's going to be tons of videos show you how to do that. What you want to do is go to Explore GPTs, and you want to look for storage snowball, right? If it does not say by Flipman, you're not in the right place, right? So hit this, start chat. And if I do Command V or Control V, it pastes all that information from this web page in there, right? And so now if I hit start, so what it'll start to do is, if I scroll down, they took the little arrow away. It'll start to build you a table that you can now, well, I guess I'll show you that too when it finishes. Now, sometimes it won't complete. You have to tell it to continue, but it'll probably do all 18 of these. Well, I'm sorry. It'll do what I did was, in creating this GPT, I gave it instructions to eliminate like U-Haul, public storage, all the big boys, right? Like the top 100. Most of them own 100 facilities or more, right? And so, but it did all of them. So I don't guess that, it did 16 out of the 18, right? And then it says, need one-on-one coaching with Flipman, tap this link. Anyway, so now you copy this. So you take this, and for some reason the link don't work, so you have to manually do this. Copy that, right click, copy, then go over here to Google. You don't have to do it this way. Hit the little hamburger, search for sheets, select sheets, open up a new thing here, paste in, there you go. So now you have a list that you can start to call, right? There you go. So I can move this over. There's the name of the facilities. There are your phone numbers. There are your addresses. So
cool. Nice.
And knowing is half the battle.
And just by the way, just in case, Soul Soldier is normally on here, but what's the video? Well, you said text Manny. Text Manny.
Yeah, it'll take you where you need to be.
You get all that.
M-I-N-I.
All right. And can we have that discussion, Ty? I think the thing is, yes, you can always have a conversation about the numbers.
Yeah. Just here's my email right here.
Yeah. So that's the last one. Gemini Way was just saying, good catch, Chevy. Ty's negotiating skills. Can't wait to achieve that. That was just a statement. No,
I don't think I'm that good. But anyway, so
I'm a beast. I'm a
yeah,
beast.
it'll be a beast, but I'm a biddy.
I'm gonna own that.
I know how to put that. I know how to put in place to do it.
Yeah, you do, because I've been in so many different situations where it's like, yo.
Hold on. Let me. I didn't mean to cut you off, Shiv. They want to know: do you have some suggestions on how to find some that are on sale?
That you mean not for sale? Wait a minute.
You're talking about self-storage lists because you were talking about self-storage.
What do you mean on sale? What do they mean by that?
No, I'm saying I don't understand the question.
They mean they want to list of the ones that are already.
It goes by cap rate. Cap rate is different, you know.
She wants to see some that are already for sale. Oh, that's Vernon. That's my student. So is that what you're asking, Vernon? Stuff that's already for sale? Because those now that's on the market. We won't be interested in those now, unless you're just trying to buy one for yourself. I don't know what you're trying to do, but
she said yes.
That's for sale. Oh, that's easy. So I'll go back here to so what you go to this is one's website, Crexy.com.
Let me put it on screen, sorry, because you
still. Yeah, Crexy.com, and just go in here, and I'm just gonna hit search initially, and then you go up here to your filters, and so you want to do self-storage. And it says for sale, and you can get more detail on your what's the name.
It was Pajama Day, bro?
Yep, it was Pajama Day.
Here you go. Boom, hit apply. I'm sorry, I didn't hit apply.
Yep.
So basically, if I hit apply, now I can search by area, but this pulls up everything that's for sale on this site anyway. Over 1,400 listings, right? Of self-storage facilities. Now it's gonna have all kind of crazy stuff in, but most of it's gonna be self-storage, right? Supposedly. So,
supposedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you're gonna filter out, but you'll see most of it in here. That. So that's some way of looking for stuff that's for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to move my thing.
That was the last one.
All right, guys, we've been rolling hard here, baby. Appreciate everyone that joined us today. Again, if you want to dive into that self-storage training, text MINI to 205-964-5243. If you are trying to build a list, text the word tool to 205-964-5243. When I say list, like for land, houses, stuff like that, you can do it there through that link. Make sure you share this. Follow us in all these places. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're still here. Please tap the little bell so you are alerted when we go live and when we upload new content. So I guess tomorrow will be Slippenar 334. We didn't do it last week. And then I guess we'll be back on Friday also. Glad Chevo is back in the saddle.
Sir, in the building.
And, making it happen. So we all. Hey, the main thing is the main thing, baby. Yes, Jalen Hurst said, I always kept the main thing the main thing.
That boy was locked in Sunday, boy. He was locked in.
Oh yeah.
Built by Bama, baby.
Off the field, though, off the field, he's locked in as well, man. Like he's dialed in. He do a lot for his community and everything like that. It's good to see somebody that young. You know, not showing off and doing extra stuff, but really out here. Really
he has
stand up.
He has a story to tell, man. I've been watching that boy since he was a freshman at Alabama.
Really?
Lost the job. Yeah, he played Alabama. Well, he played Alabama his first 4 years, then he went to Oklahoma, but because he had lost a job, like they in was it the national championship game? Or I think it was in the national championship game. He got benched at halftime. Tua comes in, throws a winning touchdown to the long pass he threw toward the end of the game to number 6.
To Devontae Smith, yeah.
That's who Tua threw the pass to at Alabama to beat Georgia in the national championship game. Yeah, so built by Bama also. And
Smith, yeah.
So but anyway, so with that being said, guys, and I won a little bread on that. I rolled it right and picked it totally right. I knew they were gonna crush them. I didn't know they were gonna crush them. I thought they were gonna beat them though, for real. Just every position they were better except quarterback. And you play with more. I know that's very important, but every position, the Eagles were better except quarterback. Like literally every position. Offensive line, linebackers, cornerbacks, receivers. I guess Kansas City kicker might be a little better, but anyway, whatever. That never played a role. That never played a role.
The better quarterback showed up on Sunday, though.
Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did. But what's his name? Get killed, man. He had no time.
He did not have nothing.
He was getting
nothing.
Killed.
I thought I was high, but that was really happening. Like it was really.
Ain't nobody can handle that. Ain't nothing you can do about that when they own you like that.
Man.
Yeah.
Halftime, it was a bloodbath. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Man.
No turning back.
Yes.
No turning back. All right, guys.
All right, man. So we'll see you guys on the FLIP SID.
Flip man. It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your